Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel for some more hope and kindness. Here's the sketch that I'll be working on, and here are the photos that I'm cutting down to 3x4 so that I can have one page right full with 9 3x4 photos. I'm using a technique that I use more often where on one side of my layout, on my 2-page layout, I will use 9 photos, or sometimes I'll leave a space open to decorate. And then the other side, I will be more creative, let my creativity flow, and just have 2 sort of title photos. So this was a museum, and these are sort of all the exhibits in the museum, like you're touring the museum yourself. We were exploring the museum, hence I'm using the title Explore. And then the other side are like the front of the museum and a picture of my husband and I, just to kind of round out the story of what we did that day. This word explore came from a discount bin somewhere. I'm not sure exactly where it came from, but I do know that we have similar titles in our Cricut cuts. So you could definitely use one of those. And if you wanted it to be raised up like this, chipboard, laser cut title, you would just glue several together to give it a little bit more bulk. I'm making an embellishment cluster here with the title. That is going to be pretty much all the embellishing I'm going to need on this page because there are so many photos. This page came together really quick. I had no trouble with it at all. And the other page, I struggled a lot more. So that's just the way it is. This page, I guess because it had so many photos, there wasn't so much that I had to do. I cut some of the flowers that I used from the patterned paper. When I cut out flowers, I always leave a margin. I think it's a lot more forgiving that way. And I turn the paper and not the scissors. The other images or flower sticker is from the sticker sheet. Here comes Perfectly Imperfect, the stamp set. I'm so glad that I was encouraged by other ladies who make videos to get this stamp set. It is a wonderful stamp set. You'll have seen me in previous videos using a different stamp set for ink splotches or background stamping. But this one is really a lot nicer. They just work together so much better than the older one. I think maybe because there's different sizes. The older one, they're all kind of the same size. So the museum that we toured, where I took all these pictures, was in Denver, Colorado, where my husband had a work conference. We took a few hours one afternoon to go and tour this museum, and if you haven't heard of Molly Brown, look her up. She was a very interesting lady. She survived the sinking of the Titanic, and she fought for votes for women. Later, she and her husband and children moved to New York City, and this house fell into disrepair, but the Historical Society in Denver purchased it and restored it to as close as they could to the original. I'm just about done my title cluster here. I've added a few die cuts from the die cut sheet of Hope and Kindness. I absolutely love that die cut sheet. It's just got so many extras that just finish off the page. And I'm adding a few of the smaller ink spots in espresso ink. So I'm quite happy with how that side of the page turned out, and it came together just as quick as a wink. This side of the page took a lot more finagling. I at first had frames around both the pictures, but you'll see those disappear. I at first had quite a busy background with the linear stripes and some going up and down and some going back and forth. But eventually I decide to go with all craft background other than that bit of white on the right hand side. That's just the way things come together sometimes. I'm not a real doily and flower scrapbooker with 3 boys, so this was a challenge for me, but a challenge is a good thing. So I just worked at it until I loved it. And sometimes that's just what you gotta do. The Hope and Kindness cardstock is just lovely. It's totally worth getting. It complements the paper so much. Here's the ink background on the opposing page. just to keep the theme going so that the layout is nice and cohesive. This is such versatile paper too. It can go with a lot of different themes and a lot of different events that you're scrapbooking. I will link all the items that I used on the layout that are available through Close to My Heart in the description. Here I'm adding some gems just to add that little bit of bling. Every girl likes a little bling on her layout. And here you see the big switch. I changed the background completely because I just couldn't get used to the way it looked. It was just too busy for me. Another thing I'm going to change soon is a wider polka dot strip going under the pictures that really anchors them, and I end up liking that a lot better. I think that's actually what I was looking for the whole time when I was struggling. I like to journal in pencil first, so I know that it fits nicely. Then I go over it in ink and I erase the pencil lines from the background. So this is where this wide strip just finally I sighed in relief, because this is what I was looking for the whole time that I was pulling things apart and putting them back together again. It's funny how sometimes you just know it's not right, but you don't know what it's missing. So now I know that it needed this wide strip to just anchor these photos down. I went camping for May long weekend in Canada, and when I came home, this layout was laying on my desk, and I really was happy with it when I got home, which is a great thing. I hope that it sparks some creativity for you watching this layout come together, and thanks for watching and spending this time with me, and I will see you next time. Bye.